And then I watch everyone go to their computer. All right, good stuff, guys. Okay, well, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Entering into this space, your own creative play space, and this time of really bringing it home. So let's start like this. Bring the hands together, and we're going to spin the prayer wheel, the wheel of the year in your hands. And I look who's here, and I see Anne, Sharon. We were together in Guatemala, and we remember when we did the cacao ceremony. We were upstairs, and they had prayer wheels around the room. And the woman who was facilitating, Wendy's like, spin the prayer wheels. Let's get the energy moving. So this is the same thing. Take your prayer wheel in your hands. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale. Stay here as you exhale. You can close your eyes. Let your breath go. Put your full attention to the space between your hands. Just feeling the heat there. This great intention of wellness. And then stay as you are as you inhale. And as you exhale, we'll start to extend the fingers out and down. Backs of the hands come together. We bring the fingers up through the heart. And so we just spin this wheel. It can go very big. Make it really big if you like, all the way up to the top of your head and down. And just spin wherever feels comfortable. Staying in your breath, in your focus. Just even thinking, the years of your life experiences, the ups and the downs, the seasons changing. The difference in the morning and the evening. And here you are. You just sit in your presence no matter what's happening. Here we are. We'll just do one more. And then you'll end with the palms open up. And then you'll inhale, lift these palms up and bring them together in front of your heart. And invite everything in. This is part of life, part of the journey. And then just feel into your seat. Maybe you take your heart back a little bit, drop your shoulders. Inhale, lengthen yourself tall once again. Exhale as you are. And let's just take a nice full breath in through your nose. Pause at the top. And release this breath completely. Open, practice, and chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Releasing your hands to your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, guys, so we're just going to start with seated twist. I'm going to change the cross. Oh, can you hear me now? No? No. Let's see. What's happening? Lindsay, can you hear me? Yes, Sharon says yes. And not sure. Lindsay, you can hear me too? And Marta says yes. Oh, okay. Yeah. Good. All right. Very important. Okay. I'm going to change the cross of my legs. Sit however feels good for you. I'm sitting on a blanket too. Good. And then we'll just touch the earth with our hands, fingertips lightly. Lengthen yourself tall, and as you exhale, let's turn to the right. Put the left hand over, right hand wherever it's going to go. Let's take one nice big breath in here. Let it go. And then keep your hands where they are. And as you inhale, just turn to the left, but your hands stay. And then as you exhale, you turn back in your twist. We're just flossing this twist a little bit here. It's going to do one, maybe two more. Flossing, and then stay in the twist. Let's turn. Good. And you can deepen a little bit just by taking the right shoulder back. Good. One more breath. And then release. And just sit for a moment. Just even close your eyes or just feel the unwinding. Maybe you could even tune into the difference in the two sides already. And then turn your palms down onto your thighs if they're not there. Press down, grow tall. Take your belly in and up, and then exhale to the left. And we'll just hang out here for a breath or two, just getting the body used to this. And we'll inhale, and as you exhale, just a little bit of flossing. So your hands stay where they are. Just turn your abdomen to your center place a couple of times. And then settle back into this twist to the left. And take your belly in a little bit. Pull the left shoulder back. Inhale and exhale and come back. And then just pause. You feel things are starting to open a little bit. Okay, I'm going to open my legs wide. This is optional. It's just a thing to do, because we're just going to come into this flossing that we have done many times. So just let your belly in a little bit. We're just going to turn and let the legs move if they're out wide and they're moving. I'm going to add this funky breath. So this is optional, but it's a starting to speed up a little bit and go at whatever pace feels okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just settle. Just feel so much good energy. Awesome. Okay, from here, I'm going to take no hands. I'm going to bring both legs over to the left. Now you might come off whatever you're sitting on. Just readjust. Yes, now turn to the right. Let your left hip lift. You can put your hands on the floor, keep them lifted for a moment. Draw your belly in, turn a little more, turn a little more. Now put your hands down. Okay, and then we're going to come onto the forearms. And from here, you might be able to walk your forearms back a little bit. Take your belly in a little bit more. And then turning your head to the right, left shoulder can come forward, right shoulder back. And then I'm actually going to add in a bit of cow pose. So not, overly arching back to the sky, but just imagine right at the bottom of the ribs, just lift up a little bit. Okay, so before we leave this, feel your right foot against your left knee and anchor them together. Push in. Last breath. And then release and come back up. And then again, I'm not going to use hands. We're going to change legs. It's just good like hip work. Okay, I'm going to just shuffle back. And then from here we turn. Now your hands can come down at any time. We can just be here, turn. You're turning right from the center point. Then the hands come down. Okay, walk your hands more to the left. So once you feel you're there, come down on the forearms. Turn your head to the left. And then add the shoulders. So the left shoulder comes forward, right shoulder back a little bit. Now imagine right at the base of the ribs, you can just pull that in. Use the forearms on the floor, push the floor to the left. No, that'll be to the right. And then anchor foot and knee. Nice relaxed breathing. One more breath. And then we'll come out and just come back. Okay, I'm just going to take the legs. Just go cross-legged for a moment. Drop your hands and just be here. Feel all of that we've done already. Good. Okay, we're going to come onto your backs. You're going to grab your bolster and 2 blocks, a blanket, a strap. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put my bolster here. Wherever you put it is fine. All right, guys, this is what we're going to do. So you can watch me first. This is, we all know this one. This is lovely. We do this. Great. If that's what you want to do, that's great. You can put a blanket for your head. I'm going to add the blocks. And the blocks are going to go 1 for the head and 1 for the back of the shoulders. So they're just a little bit apart. The first one maybe goes in the middle of the bolster and then 1 for your head. And then you could take your blanket if you want softer, you can just cover it up. Okay, and then I'll just measure. So I sit right with my tush right to the bolster. No, you can move the bolster away if you need more space for your back, right? Then I come down. Oh, I did it perfect. Shoulder blades, back of the head. Okay, arms out. If it's no good, rest your arms somewhere else. As soon as we lie down. Okay, and then legs can be however you like. Out, bent, cross-legged. And okay, we'll just let you settle for a moment. Just feel your body supported in this shape. Okay, so if your shoulders are okay, then I'm going to take the arms and just reach them up and over the head. Oops, there's my chair. And they are probably not going to touch the floor. I'm just going to stretch them away. Take 1 more breath. And then we'll just start to fly the arms. So if it's okay, it's a lot for the shoulders. You don't have to go that fast. So you bring the arms down, the palms stay facing up. But if they turn because they need to, you let that happen. And just as you're flying, feel like, oh, my arms are moving at the exact same pace. So one shoulder might be a lot tighter than the other. You're going to follow your weaker shoulder. Just moving your arms as you breathe. Going to do maybe 2 more. And then after you finish your second one, I'm going to just take a breath or 2 with the arms over the head, just stretching. And then we'll bring the arms back down to a resting place that feels comfortable for you. Settle in. So feel yourself get a little heavier on the crops. And soften your jaw. We're going to invite in the Ujjayi breath. And that's where we seal off the back of the throat. It's a nice inhale through the nose. And then the exhale is noisier, like waves of the ocean. A nice relaxed inhale and a nice relaxed ocean sounding exhalation. Just don't worry about it. If it's not long enough or deep enough, you're just playing with the breath. Take 2 more Ujjayi breaths. Good. And just let that all go. Just come back to normal breath so you can settle a little heavier into your props. Before we come off the bolster, we'll just bend the knees. We're just going to come to windshield wiper. So the knees bent, feet on the floor a little wider, turn your palms down to support you, and just conscious, it might not go where you think it should or feels like it should go, and it might. You're on these props very different. So just moving your knees side to side, letting the hips kind of open here. Just like Okay, the next time the knees drop over to the right, let's leave them there and roll yourself to the right. And then we'll just press up. So we come back to this leg thing we've done already once. Okay, so we're gonna lie over the bolster. You take your hands on either side and you adjust your bolster in a little bit. Maybe you move so the whole right hip is against the bolster. I'm gonna just try it with the blocks. I've never done this with the blocks. You know, you might love that. So I come to lie down. Your head can face same direction as your knees, or it turns. Okay, if this is your first time doing this, I think I'm just gonna instruct the belly. So I'm back up on my hands. I'm gonna turn right from that the waist area. Turn your chest more to the right. And then lay yourself down. And head can face either way. Then you go, oh, the blocks nice, not nice. You can take them out or leave them. And we'll just settle here for a few breaths. Okay. And once you're settled in this pose, and I just want you to feel in the mid belly area, say the waist area, might even be low belly. Wherever you feel your breath is being invited to, use your internal muscles to just expand yourself from the inside as you breathe in and to draw it in as you breathe out. And you're not like pumping the belly so much, but just enough you're almost like assisting the breath to massage your insides. If that doesn't make sense, don't worry too much about it. Let's take 2 more breaths. Expanding and contracting yourself. The little glowworm you are. Okay, and then if your head is turned to the right now, just bring it to the left for a few moments. This is a way of getting the neck back. And then after you take it a few breaths here, and we'll just come all the way up. And we'll just sit behind, you're just gonna turn. So your back is to the bolster again. You go cross-legged, whatever feels good. You pop up onto the bolster to sit if you need to. Just take a moment, feel into your full mid-belly area. And then we'll do the second side. So I'm just gonna turn my legs, no hands, just for fun. And then turn yourself. And then you might have to put the hands down and readjust. Okay, blocks, no blocks, your choice. So once you come hands either side of the bolster, lengthen yourself. You can take the belly in a little bit and then turn yourself as much as you can. Turn your chest, your belly to the left, and lay down. Head whichever way is better for you. And again, just coming into this shape. And seeing if you can expand the breath. Expand your body as you breathe and contract it as you breathe out. Just feeling inviting in space and breath, fresh vitality right to the center of you. All your inner organs getting bathed and inviting in just that, your life force. So let's do 1 or 2 more breaths like that, just working with the breath, playing with the breath. And then release that. And just be here for a breath or 2. And if your head is to the left now, just turn it to the right. Take a few moments, just let the head come back. Come out of this and just take a moment or 2 just to let everything come back and feel the untwisting, unwinding, just like that. All right, and then we'll take this nice little package we have here. Remove your blocks out of the way, take your bolster out of the way, and grab your strap. And a blanket you can put for your head too. Give you a nice little support if you need that, or under your hips. You have a a strap?
Yep.
I don't have a strap. Okay, once you come to lie down, take a breath or two here. We're gonna come back to windshield wiper. Once you're here, just feeling yourself here on the floor. And take your hands, friends, to the sides of your waist and just feel into where your ribs are, and then find that soft place underneath the ribs. And just push in, right at the side of the waist, between the hip bone and the ribs. Just push in a few times, like you're just pushing in and out. That's it. Just becoming aware of it. And then you can even follow that underside, soft belly, right to the top of the navel area and then back. You just feel your stuff. Okay. And then just kind of wake that up. Good. Then release your arms, maybe out to the sides. Find your foot position for windshield wiper. So they might go a little wider apart this time. And then just taking these knees side to side. Let it come all the way up to the side of your back if you can. You might even hit that part in the side of the waist. So as the knees drop to one side, the opposite foot just pushes away and the hip lifts. Good. You just do this one. Good. Okay. Nice. And then just come to center. Heel toe your feet together. Bring your knees in. Give them a little hug. Flex your feet. Okay. So guys, we're just going to do the side to side twisting we've been doing. I'm just going to take my arms down, palms down, move the knees over the hips, ankles in line with the knees. If you want to put a block between your knees, I don't have one right here, but is sometimes very helpful for your back. If you have some back stuff, you might just take a block between the knees and then you squeeze it. So if you don't have that, I don't have that. I'm just going to imagine I do and squeeze it. Take your belly in so you feel the mid-back press into the floor. Now your palms can turn down. We'll inhale. As you exhale, take the knees halfway to the left. Let's go left first. Then inhale up and exhale halfway to the right. So be very kind. You could just go a little bit, or we go almost to the floor. So really yogi's choice, how quick you do this or how deep you do this. Okay, I'm just going to take those knees side to side like we did kind of at the beginning, but we just moved and we had our arms up and we were just moving the upper chest side to side. So here we're just now doing this with the bottom half of your body. Good. Okay. Let's just do maybe 3 more. Yeah, I'm watching hard. You're moving all around your mat. It's okay.
Okay. Every time I do this, I travel.
Yes. Okay. And then you can stop. Maybe you hug your knees in, readjust yourself on your mat. Okay. And then we'll put the feet on the floor, arms over your head. And I'm going to lift the hips up. So wherever your arms need to go, if over your head is not a happy place, put them by your side. Feel your feet, walk them in a little bit towards your hips, and we'll stay here as you inhale. As you exhale, you just press that mid belly down, and on your inhalation, start to lift your hips. And maybe you stay here, full breath in, press the feet down a little more. And as you exhale, slowly lower down from top to bottom. Really feel that action. And come all the way down. Stay here as you inhale. You exhale, prepare, press the mid, like right at your waist, down into the floor. And inhale, come up. And we hang out here. And push the feet down and away. And exhale and lower. Good. Inhale as you are. Exhale, prepare. Inhale, come up. That's your last one. You'll stay here for an extra breath. If you want to come down early, do that. And exhale and lower. And then let's just stretch the legs out if you have space. Arms can stay over the head or come down, let your feet flop. Close your eyes. Gonna find your strap. Okay, bring your right knee in. Let's just give it a little hug here with the left leg extended. Drop your shoulders. And then we'll take the strap and place it over the center of your foot. Extend the leg up to a comfortable place, you know. You find your place. The left leg can be bent. Arms can reach up nice and high, or you could keep the elbows on upper arms on the floor. Just hold on. So whatever feels good. Okay. Once you're here, friends, even if the right leg is bent, it's all fine. I'm just going to pull the right foot down. See if I can get a little flexion in. Now take a peek at your right foot, and the tendency will most likely be toes out, heel in. See if you can center that a little bit more, and that's where things maybe start to wake up. And so you can release or just be here. Okay, if you can add the flexion of the toes, then that's going to open something else up. So it's all fine. You stop at any bus stop. I'm going to put both ends of the strap into the left hand. You take your right thumb into this thigh hip crease and just press this hip away. At the same time as you do that, you know, the foot might want to turn. Stay with the foot. Okay, be here. Smile into your own discomfort. No, you're not alone. Okay, I'm going to release the right hand out. Just take it out to the side. Maybe palm down or palm up. I'm going to start by taking this right leg just a little bit across without letting the hip lift. Readjust your foot, heel out, toes in a little bit. You could put the thumb back in the hip crease if you like, or just be here in this place of discomfort. Your left leg can turn if it's straight out. Okay, take that mid belly, push it down. And now we're going to go for twist. So this right leg is going to come all the way over. It doesn't have to touch the floor. Let the left leg turn. So you're on the baby toe edge of your left leg. Feel the thumb in the hip crease, or just move that hip away. Maybe you can, again, you know, it's about adjusting the foot a little bit. Okay. Push out through your feet, your heels. Soften into the right side of your body at any place you're gripping. Good. Okay, and then we'll come all the way up. Change hands. Take your left arm out to the side. Now, we're going to take this right leg out to the side. Don't do it yet, because I know there's some back stuff. So if you need to bend the left leg, you put the left foot on the floor and you let the left knee drop out to counterbalance. So either way, left leg straight or bent. We'll inhale, press that right thigh back. And exhale, take the leg out. And so the left leg can stay bent. You can just bend it out for counterbalance, or it's straight out. It's all fine. Wherever it is, feel that this right thigh, the top of the right thigh, is pushing to the back of the right thigh. Yes. Okay, notice if your left hip's really lifting, friends. And then see, you might have to lift the right leg up a bit to keep the left hip down. I've got the right elbow on the floor. I'm just pulling this right leg up a little bit more. Just for me, I need a little bit more. Good. Okay, nice exhale. And then inhale and take the leg up, separate the strap. Okay, I'm going to lift the head and chest up. So draw the belly in, inhale. And as you exhale, lift your head and chest and pull this leg towards you. Elbows stay in. One more breath. Okay, and then release your head and chest down. Take the strap off. And slowly lower the leg down as if it's going through like maple syrup. You're going to push the heel away as if you want this right leg to get longer. Try and make it longer on the way down. Take your time. The floor might surprise you. It's either there or you're like, wait, I thought it should be here. Once you get the leg down, let's just pseudo Shavasana again, just like a leg squat. And I love this, you know, you can feel that the breath has changed on the right side. You know, maybe even you feel your right shoulder is more relaxed. Doesn't matter how many times you do this work, this Supta Pada Gustasana we're doing now, the effects are there. Never done. Okay, let's start by just bringing the left knee in. Just give it a little hug. Just opening up your hip here. Take your time. If you need to rock the leg in and out. Okay, if you feel your back is lifting or something's not quite right, bend the right leg. And when you're ready, here we go. Strap left foot. Stand the left leg up. And be, cognizant that the two sides are different. It's all these things that we do. If you always start with your right, when you climb the stairs, you notice you always start with the same leg. Driving, always the same leg, never changes. But all of those things really affect you. Which one?
If you're in the UK.
Oh, part says if you're in the UK.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, just give this, once you kind of feel, I'm okay here, maybe you pull the foot, you pull the strap, so the foot comes down a little bit. We're just going to look at that foot, make sure it's not turning out. Maybe you need to leave it turning out. That's okay. Everything in time. Press your mid belly down. And then if you could add the toe flexion, there's something else there. Okay, now I'm just pressing the foot into the strap. Breathe. And we'll take both ends of the strap into the right hand, left thumb into left hip crease. And just push that hip away from you. Readjust the foot. Your right leg, if it's bent, great. If it's straight, let it, do what it needs to do. Okay, we're going to start just going across. I'll take the left hand out to the side. I'm going to bring this left leg across just a little bit. You're going to know where, because I feel out of all the shapes we do, this one brings out the most. Okay. If you don't feel anything, flex your foot a little more. Pull the left hip in. And maybe you can, it's just a smidgy. Toes down, heel up a little bit. One more breath. And then we're going to go all the way across. So you let your left hip lift, let the right leg turn. Be wherever you need to be here. I'm keep my leg, it's not dropping to the floor. Sometimes we need to do that. If the leg's not strong enough to stay up, you've got to drop it to be here. Okay. You can pull that left hip away, belly in a little bit. Don't let your feet go to sleep. Where's your smile? Take one more breath, press out through your feet. Nice exhale. Inhale up. Good. Change hands. Right hand's coming out. Okay. Do what you need to do. If you need to bend the right leg, the knee will drop out. Just take your belly in. And as you exhale, let the leg start to come out. Find your place. Go slow. So you really feel like, oh, how am I compensating? Is that right hip gonna lift to get that leg to come out? No. Keep it down, even if the leg doesn't go all the way out to the right like you'd like it to. And just keep that integrity. Okay. I'm pulling the strap towards my left shoulder a little bit, just to get more into the leg and push out through that top of the left thigh to the back of the left thigh. Good. One more breath. And then on your inhalation, you start the inhale, about halfway, the leg starts to come up. Good. Okay. And we're just going to come to separate the hands, hold the strap, come back to that first place. Look at your foot, adjust. Maybe you feel like you're hugging your legs towards each other. Good. Okay. I'm going to take the strap off, just set it aside. Oh, I forgot to lift. That's why it takes a village. Okay, keep holding. Thank you, guys. Take your belly in and up. And as you exhale, lift. Pull this leg towards you as best as you can. Pull the elbows, come in either side of the leg. And breathe. One more. Oh, thank you. Okay. Release. Now take the strap off. Keep the leg lifted. Push up through the heel. And on your exhalation, as if you want this leg to get longer, Keep extending it, move slow. You feel when the right leg is also, it's there to support this. And then once you get the heels down, which might take a while, then just flop and take pseudo Shavasana. Good. And feel yourself very grounded into the floor. Okay, one more breath. Okay, so just before we come off the floor, okay, bend your knees, both feet to the floor. Just maybe lift your hips, give them a little shake, and then put them back down. Okay, so let's start with the knees bent for everybody. Let's just take the left leg up to the sky, and it can stay bent. It can be straight. Now I'm just going to swing this leg side to side. So the right leg can stay bent, or it can go straight, yogi's choice. I'm going to do it with it bent just in case you want to see. So we'll inhale. Now as you exhale, take the left leg over to the right, and then inhale up and over to the left. So I'm just moving the right leg here. Just do this a few times. Flex your left foot. But if your right leg is straight, that's fine too. Okay, I'm just going to open and close. Just wing in this leg. That's it. Okay. Go at your own pace. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. But if you come to the right, go to the left next. And then leg up, foot down, both knees bent, feet on the floor. Let's just do a little lifting of the hips into Setu Bandha, little bridge here. So adjust your feet, maybe arms down by your side, maybe over your head. I'm going to interlace my fingers underneath my back this time. So whichever one works for you. If you want to interlace, you start with the arms down by your side. Everybody can bring the shoulders down and stay here as you inhale. As you exhale, press mid-belly into the floor. Inhale, lift your hips. Be wherever you need to be. If you're here, you interlace the fingers and you walk the upper arms towards each other. And then really anchor your arms down, chest to chin, not chin to chest. Good. One more breath. And then release your hands. If you've interlaced them, lower yourself all the way down. If your arms are over your head, you can bring them down. Good. One nice big breath in. Side out. Okay, now I'm going to keep the left leg bent. Bring the right leg into the air. Left leg can go out straight or stay bent, yogi's choice. Okay, we're going to inhale. On your exhale, take this leg across to the left. And you know what to do. Just go at your own pace. Be kind to whatever you're feeling. Maybe your hip crease isn't happy. The thigh muscles, a lot can happen here. I'm going to use the word Charlie horse. So all of these things, you just be kind and move slow, or if you're good, go a little quicker. Go 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so you're going to end out to the right. Then set the foot down. Take a moment. Okay, last little bridge. So however you want to do this, if you're going to interlace, now we're going to opposite interlace. But you don't have to do that if that's not there for your body. Okay, it's a lot for the shoulders. So bring your feet in. Prepare with an inhale. Use the exhale to push into the mat. And then inhale, lift your hips. And if you are opposite interlacing, you walk the upper arms towards each other. Lift your hips, so pressing the feet down. That's it. Take one more breath. If you open your eyes, you're looking into your own heart. And then release. Arms can come out. Lower yourself all the way down. Pause. Let's take a windshield wiper. I'm going to walk the feet even wider apart than I ever have before. And move into your windshield wiper a couple times. Now, we're going to come up. Last time we did it with the knees over to the right. This time I'm going to let the knees drop to the left. Then roll to your left side. And come all the way up. I'm gonna move the blanket, but you might put your blanket down for your knees. Yogi's choice here. I'll just do that with the blanket here. Okay, so here we go, guys. I'm just gonna, I'm disrobing. So you could have your chair here. If you want to use the chair for any of this, you have all 4 legs on your mat. You could also use your blocks for support or use nothing. We're going to come into bent knee lunge. So I'm going to do it from kneeling just for challenge. You could be on your hands and knees. We're going to step the right foot forward. So from here, I'm going to bring the hands to the heart. Inhale. And then shift your weight to the left. Bring the right foot forward. However you do that is fine. So hands on the blocks or on the chair. Okay, I'm going to keep my hands at the heart. Do a little bit of this front to back. So I keep the heart lifted, the head. It's really just the hip action. And then once you've got this, friends, feel like, oh, can I take my tush back when I come back? Like actually stick my butt out and then come forward with the butt forward. So yes, it's super, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna come into this bent knee lunge. Now, wherever you have your hands, we're gonna take twist. So maybe the hands now come to the heart, or you put your right hand on your right thigh, whichever one. We're gonna turn to the right. So just like we did, just turn yourself to the right, even a little bit, pull the belly in. And then if you're good here, we're gonna put the left forearm on top of that right thigh or to the outside, that elbow goes to the outside. Then palm over palm, and we press the palms together. I'm just turning so I can, and lift that right elbow. Now you push that right hand into the left. See if you can take the right shoulder back. Okay, feel your thumb is in your hip crease, pull the hip back. Take your head back. And then maybe you can come a little deeper into the lunge just by dropping the hips. Okay, breathe, you look up, you look down. One more breath. Okay, then we're gonna come out. So you put your hands wherever you need, on the chair, on the blocks, on the floor. You just come straight up. And then we'll bring the knees together. Okay, let's sit on the toes, because that's always a good thing to do. So you put your hands wherever you need. Okay, and then we're gonna do second side. So I'm gonna come back up to kneeling. You can go to hands and knees if that's better for you. Toes tucked under, then you'll inhale. Shift the weight to the right knee. Bring the left foot forward. Okay, wherever you are. We just start to rock front to back. And what, you just feel, if you take a few moments and then go, can I make this action happen from my tush? It comes back and forward. Yes, so just feel, it doesn't need to be anything more than what it is. Yes, okay, good. And then we'll come forward into the lunge. And again, you'll just be where you need to be, take your belly in. And as you exhale, we're gonna turn to the left. And I'm actually drawing in, twisting from the belly. All good, okay? Once you've got that twist, then you can bring that right forearm, maybe elbow to the outside of the knee, maybe palm over palm. The palm is pushing down. That's gonna help with my twist. I'm really pushing into that knee. Take the left shoulder back. Looks really good, guys. Great. Good. So we can pull that left hip back, head back. Good. One more breath. And then release. Now I'm gonna take my hands down, coming to downward dog. So however you want to do that, could be child's pose, could be hands on the chair like you did in the other class. Then press your thighs back. Press your heels towards the floor as much as you can, just to open the backs of your calves. Good. One more breath. Oh, okay, we're going to come forward into plank. Your knees can be on the floor, they can be lifted. I'll just show this again. Here's my tush dropping. That's a lot on the shoulders. If I lift the hips, push the hands down. Okay. One more breath. And now lower your hips to the floor. It could be knees first, could be hips first. Come all the way down. Okay. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers and come up for Cobra. So start by stretching the legs back, maybe one at a time, maybe both at the same time. And then lift your shoulders, just the shoulders, just the shoulders. Turn your head so you're looking down. Draw your mid belly in. And then inhale, head, chest, shoulders back, come up to wherever feels good. Take your mid belly back. And then exhale and lower down. Feel like it's like, oh, it's great dance. You can do it 2 more times and I'm just gonna dance it. So I drop the head, lift from the heart, lift from the shoulders, come up, and then exhale. Okay, you can go slower than I'm doing. You can go way less. Just find your little baby cobras. Lovely too. Okay, once you're down, you can just rock side to side, bring the legs together. And we're just gonna take a little twist here. So once the legs are together, bend just your right knee. And then inhale. Now as you exhale, lift the right knee up, take that right foot over to the left side, and then bring it on back. Stretch the right leg out. Bend the left knee, inhale, and on your exhale, lift the left thigh, take the left leg over to the right. Okay, let's do that a few times on your own, just side to side. And just look at the foot that's going over if that is there for you. Let's just do maybe 1 or 2 more. The leg on the floor is going to just roll around, whatever it wants to do. Okay, last one, both sides. My right side, left side. And then come down, let's just rest for a moment. You can rest your forehead or keep whatever feels good, close your eyes. Okay, 1 more breath in, breathe out. All right, tuck your little toes under. Bring your hands back a little bit more than we had them before. Spread your fingers, and we're just gonna press up to hands and knees. Lift the shoulders, lift the belly, and then press up. Take downward dog or child's pose for 3 breaths, whichever one. It's all fine. Okay, so last pose, Ardha Chandrasana. That's the half minute. So I'm going to move this blanket I have here underneath me out. And if you're in child's pose, just come up to your hands and knees. Maybe it's a quick downward dog. Okay, we're going to walk the feet just a little bit, maybe, halfway in your mat. You can walk the hands back. Let's take a moment and forward fold. And then we're just going to roll up from here. We're just going to come up. Maybe sit down more in your legs. Feel the tailbone dropping first. And then roll yourself up. Let the head be the very last thing to come up. And then once you're up, you can just be here, or you want to lift your arms up in the air. That's fine. Okay. Half moon pose. If you want to use your chair, you bring it in. I'm just going to go, maybe I'll use a block. Take a block. So I'm going to put a block here. Just about halfway up the mat. So chair, block, you could even just use the floor. Okay, I'm gonna step the right foot forward and it's not near the block. So the foot's in the middle of the mat. We're just gonna come down. Maybe left hand to your hip, bend into your right knee, look at your block. That's where your right hand is gonna go. You start to come down, put your hand on your block chair. Now take the tush back. Like as if, all that stuff we did, tush back. Feel your right foot. And then once you feel steady, you lift the left leg. Flex the foot. Okay, this is a twist. I'm going to open my chest more to the side. Take the right shoulder back. Push out through that standing leg. The more you can lift and be strong in your standing leg, you push the lifted leg. Standing leg, I'm pushing the thigh back. Belly in. 1 more breath. And then we'll release down, and maybe you do that so slow, left foot comes down. And when we come up. Once you're up, just pause, just feel. A lot can happen there. Okay, second side. I'm just going to turn so I'm not putting my back to you. Left foot stays on the floor. Okay, now I look at that block where the left hand goes. Right hand comes to the hip. When you're ready, you slowly bring that left hand down, adjust. You'll take the block out more, whatever feels good. And then once you're here, tush back, feel tush back, tush back. Once you have the tush back, then you start to, be mindful. You might have to adjust. You lift that leg, push out through the heel. Woo, standing leg pushing, and then you can reach the right arm up and find the twist if that's there. It's an opening. Ah, falling is okay. You have to make those sound effects though. Good. All right, you're still in it. Take one more breath. And then we'll come out with grace and elegance, whatever way works. Okay, and we come up. Feel, give glory. Good. Okay, let's take, I'm gonna just do a downward dog, just to release everything. So we're up, let's inhale, reach up. And exhale, take your tush back as you fold forward. Feel tush back, tush back. And then move yourself into the downward dog or child's pose. We're all gonna be in child's pose in a few moments. So press your thighs back, drop your belly in. And then everyone take a little child's. So knees together, knees apart. Support your head. Just drop in. Just feel here that inner glowworm action. And I just use the breath, in this crunch position, just massage the inner belly. Unless you have your knees wide and then the belly's dropping. Open. And bring in your Ujjayi breath. It's a way of almost slowing your breath down and being very connected to it. Take one more breath here. And then we'll come up to sitting in whichever way. And from here, we're going to move into Shavasana. And I'm going to do legs up the wall because we did all this leg stuff and they just feel like they're begging for a little legs up the wall. So if that is your thing too, then do that. If you have your chair, you could do legs on the chair, and you could also just, lie however feels good. So put your stuff on, whatever you need, socks, sweatshirts, your eye pillows. And so legs up the wall, heart just popped in, nothing underneath the hips, and that's totally fine if your legs feel nice and open. But if you get into that and your back feels not happy, then put something underneath your hips if you're coming into legs up the wall. You can also use your bolster. If you do this a lot, I have 2 bolsters here. That gives me a really big lift. I'm just going to do that because I have them. So I just have one bolster on top of the other. If that works for you, it's just extra height. I went to a class once with a teacher from the yoga studio. We did this on 5 in Winnipeg. 5 bolsters. We had to tie them up with a strap. It was a whole thing. But I never forgot. It's probably 12, 13 years ago. Okay, so wherever you are here, friends, you can always belt your legs. Hopefully you're in a place that feels nourishing. And taking your sacred space, closing your eyes. Feel into this body that's resting evenly. Dropping your inner gaze, your jaw, any stress and tension, it's part of life. It's impossible to live a stress-free life. Always things to worry about. But right now, just let yourself release whatever does not serve you at this moment. Just set the worries aside. And just tune into the beautiful flow of your breath. and the vibrancy in your body. And that here in this, we move into equinox, this time of balance of light and day, that we can invite in this balance within ourselves. Within our breath. In this connection of feeling these places you hold stress, your third eye, your jaw, your shoulders, your neck, your belly. Just release it in some way so the flow of your breath can flow freely. Shavasana. Staying in your rest. Just inviting in this balance of breath. So as you inhale, just count your inhalation and then just match the exhalation to that count. So it might be breathing in for 5. Or more, and breathing out for that same count or more. Just doing a few more rounds of that breath if you're still with it. Just releasing that breath and just settling yourself a little heavier into your rest. Scanning for any places of tension you're still holding. Very natural. Start to let those places soften a little bit more. And staying in your Shavasana. If you have legs up the wall, or anything else, you know, I'm just gonna bend the knees, place the feet at the wall. And I'm just gonna take one last lift of the hips here. So if that works for you, great. Just feel your feet at the wall at any height. Just push in, see if you can lift the hips or even just adjust the back, just pressing the mid back, whatever works here. And then settle back in. Just move your ankles, your feet, your fingers. And then I'm just going to bring the knees into the chest. If that works for you, you could just stay in your Shavasana or start to make your way out in your own way. Just going to the side. Come off these bolsters. Just rest on your side for a few moments. And it's always interesting to me once I'm on the side how there's like this bit of stress that kind of comes into the back of the shoulders. Just let it melt. Whenever you feel ready for it, so very gently pick yourself up with your head kind of hang as you come up. Go into your seated posture. And once we're here again, pause and let everything be felt and noticed, acknowledged. Anything you feel. When you're ready, you'll, on the exhale, bring the hands together in front of the heart and bow your chin. And sometimes we start our intention at the beginning of practice, but here at the end, just deeply acknowledge that you have moved your body in several and many different ways. And that can only be good and healing. When we move with mindfulness and care, then we are opening ourselves up to possibilities. And so into that, friends, anchor your sit bones, lengthen tall as you inhale and exhale this breath. We'll seal this practice with our May We Be Blessed mantra and we'll inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. Inhale for Om. Much more powerful at the end of our practice. Inhale. Exhale your breath into your hands. All your love, your protection, your whatever it is you need to put in there. And then you lift your chin and open your eyes. To our hearts, to ourselves, everything, to our loved ones, and to each other. Yes. And then you take it back because this is yours. This is from all of us to you. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for sharing this time, for being here and practicing together is always better. So thank you guys. So much love. Have a great rest of this Sunday. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. And I'm just going to say one thing. Let me just turn this off.